Hello, welcome to my video this morning. I am Emmeline, and I am doing a video on meditation, prayer, engaging with love for yourself and engaging with connection with God and connection with all of your engagements with life. This is a practice which I have started doing myself through my own creations. I have listened to a few different meditations who've been led either by people I know or by people I don't know at all. And I've been reading about prayer and meditation for a good while. Growing up and in my early 20s, I was a big prayer person. I spent a lot of time alone, contemplating and developing my connection with the divine, but not a lot of connection with myself. You could say that doesn't make sense, but awareness of my physical body and healing and bringing in the life of God into my physical body wasn't something I was very practiced at. So in the last few years, I've been learning a lot about bringing and healing into my body and loving myself in a very grounded, physical way. So this is me stepping out into combining more of those things together into one practice, which I have just naturally created from my different inspirations. I call prayer and meditation basically the same thing. There is no difference to me. Prayer would have used to have been something in which I just listened and I spoke, but it was mostly listening because I was a big listener in the realms of God. I wanted to hear, and I knew that my heart's prayers were heard, but it was the listening and the seeing and the receiving of revelation which hugely excited me. So I was always keen to do that, and then I would go away and write and create, but it was that space of just being small and humble and listening. And now I see it as more of an active receiving and giving to my body, and also giving to the world and to everyone, all of you, all of myself, all of us together. I see it as an act of moving in love and in divine uplifting of the planet. So together we can come to a place of greater love, greater confidence in ourselves, and greater awareness of our interwoven with the divine. And whether that is however it is that you believe that to be, it's unique to all of us. But the common ground which ties us is the life beat of God, which flows in our veins. And I believe really radically in that. And we can all access that. And we have so much support for that. So this is also, in meditation and prayer, there's always this bringing in of support in God and the emanations of God. So I'm an emanation of God. You are a child, a divine light emanation, like a fragment of a rainbow. And so are the angels, so are the other beings which we might not see directly before us like you see me now. But they are there. And that's down to each one of us to investigate and explore and know ourselves, because we each have that power and that presence. So prayer and meditation is naturally about presence, being in the body and in the now. And that's hard, and that's a challenge, and that gets harder and harder and easier all at the same time. So without further ado, I will begin this session. It's a rough idea of how you can do something. Take it, change it, just do your own thing, or just watch it and enjoy. The idea is that we can grow together and learn new techniques together. Someone just dropped off. Someone has dropped off a note whilst I'm doing a video. How annoying. Anyway. So I'm going to put on some music and we're going to start. And I might just close that door so that we don't get any more note givers. Okay, so grab yourself a cup of tea as well, just to be chill. So, I like to start, particularly in this one, I like to start thinking of, you'll understand more of the way I do things as we go through. So I like to see God as Mother and Father God. So I was taught that through the church, but it kind of evaporated because we don't like to talk about the mother aspect of God so much. So I have been diving more into that in the last few years, and it's been amazing. So I would like to bring that element in. So Mother Heart of God, you can see as Mother Earth. So you look outside, you see a tree, you see the grass, you see the sky, particularly though the ground and the grass and the trees. This I want to home in on now. So start to bring your consciousness. So when I say consciousness, I mean your mind, your thoughts, your imagination. So picture yourself now in the earth. So we are sitting on the earth. So imagine your bottom sitting on the fresh green grass. Ground yourself in deep. So encircle yourself now with trees, with flowers, with whatever it is which truly engages the aspect of the earth. And the reason why I do this is because inherently as a child, this was my route into connection with self and with God. It was being outside. It was playing in my innocence. It was playing in my imagination. It was creating. It was getting lost in fields and gardens all by myself. Just being in that rhythm, in that timeless place. Adventuring and getting lost down the path of the unknown. And being known, being welcomed. Being welcomed. Sometimes I feel like a rush of energy and my body just like vibrates. So going into that safe space. It might be a memory you have from being a child. It might be a place that you know now. It might even be where you are sitting right now. And allow that realm to bring you in deeper and deeper into comfort and nurture. Deeper and deeper. Now, focus on your breath. Breath is really important, not only through when I've been learning about yoga, Pilates, but through helping to clear your body and bring in life. And breathe in the fresh air, the fresh presence of this place you're imagining now. Safe place, breathing it in and and allowing the sound of your air to come out of your mouth, as I learned from a lady who leads wonderful meditations called Sandra Wallace. I'm sure many speak about this as well, because it's well known to open up your throat, to allow your body to participate more fully in presence in the moment. So thanks, Sandra, for teaching that to me. Allowing this moment to overwhelm in a good way, to crash through you. And if you don't really consider Mother Earth that much, and perhaps you do, it's the mother energy, it's the nurture. It's that which we learn from our parents. And if you didn't learn it well, because you didn't have a mother, or a mother who was present or nurturing, and you can learn it now. You can breathe in that nurturing energy, that nurturing space of safety, and you can breathe it in really deep, and then you can breathe out any tension that feels like it doesn't come into alignment with that. You can breathe in through your mouth or your nose. I tend to change between the two. Breathing in through the mouth is like breathing in a deep life at that moment, and I tend to do that in more intense moments. And then relaxing, I tend to breathe through my nose. So now bring that focus of this moment. And now I'd like to mention that I work with the chakras. And the chakras are energy concentration points in your body that are brilliant to work with, because they are like representatives of different aspects of yourself. So if you don't feel comfortable with that, then just choose how it works best for you. I focus on these because these have brought me healing and life. And it's a way of the current of life, the current from the heart of God, to work in and through you, in support of you. So the place I start is the root chakra. The root chakra is the place, the beginning, the connection to the ground. So it's basically the bum. So your bum cheeks are on the floor, and that is connection to the ground. Now obviously you're probably sitting on a cushion or a mat or a carpet or a floor, but now that we're imagining we're in nature, this is your root connection to Mother Earth, to the Mother Heart of God. So this is where we breathe in that safety and that nurturing. So you breathe security up to you. Actually, it's helpful to imagine it coming up through your root chakra. So you can, if you find the bum kind of weird, then you can just imagine your backbone, your spine, the lowest part comes up to your bum cheek. So there's nothing wrong with imagining your bum, but sometimes it's weird. So if you just focus on it coming out the back, up the spine, it's pure life flow. So we create through our imagination. So this is real, but we give it platform and space by allowing it. So you can only experiencing it through trying it. So we breathe in. So now breathe in mother nurturing space into your root chakra, into your security, into your safety, into your body. And allow it to flow and to liquidize up you, through you, and to fill this space, this lower space of your body. And we can hold tension here. We can hold huge tension here because we can feel unsafe. So now it's time to bring in the safety. And the safety is that space that you've just been imagining as a child. Breathe that in and fill your body. Now we're going to imagine this space trickling up into the next part of your body, which can be called the sacral chakra. Now this part of the body is about sexuality and creativity. This is so important because this is where your sexual life is based and where your creativity emanates from. These two are intertwined. This is so important, and this is an area of life which has been largely covered in some ways because sexual power and creativity is so life and world transforming that some things haven't liked that. So this is a part which sometimes can feel hard to engage with and awkward or odd, and that's normal to feel that. So in that safe space, allow it to trickle into this part of your body. You might want to put your hands into this part of your body and breathing it in. And now I like to feel what it is to be powerful in this area of my life. So it could be to consider yourself as a creator, as an artist. You could associate with being a priest or priestess. And now I just like to hold my consciousness here as I move backwards and forwards in this realm. Allow this energy now as you concentrate and have your hands there. You could do this shape, the womb shape, or not. If you're a woman, if you're a man, whatever you choose. Allow the energy to flow and breathe, and allow that nurturing energy to flow up into this space. And you can stay here for a good few minutes and allowing this to flood this area. So you allow your inner gifts, your inner power, your inner potency, and this is mixed with sexuality. So allow to feel your sexual organs filling in with life. So actually breathing in this life energy up. See your safety. So this is safe. So breathing in energy of life and safety, nurturing mother into your sexual organs. So in through all of that area and filling with life. Now if you feel like really numb there, then there can be various things or practices to do. Womb healing, womb clearing, these kinds of things. Like look at those, or ask God to show you how to do it personally if you don't feel comfortable following someone else's routes. But really look at it, because this is an area of life which I've really been led to look at a lot, and I think it's a huge area of healing and of great potential which has not been put on the platform really on mainstream currents of affairs, because we tend not to look at the purity of sexuality. We tend to look at all the negative things. So the purity is actually so incredible that we could create a whole series of videos on this, and I know barely anything yet, but yeah, I could say so much. So it's really significant. I couldn't stress that more. It's the creator. I mean, this is where children are made. Either children come from the sperm here, or they are grown here in the womb. So this is really significant. And deep in the womb, I also like to imagine going into my queenly, or if you're a man, your kingly aspects. And I learnt this through a lady called Anaya Sophia. She has a book. It's called Sacred Sexual Union, and she does a meditation on focusing on your inner priest, priestess, and your inner queen, king. And these two different energies, one is a creator, the sexual engager, the creator, the kind of sort of deep interweaving of creatrix, and the other, the queen or the king, is more the majestic royal who knows who they are, the powerful. So these two work together. So if you're interested in that, I'd go check out some of her things. At the center of the womb, it's good to imagine if you have a womb. If you don't, then you can go into the womb of the universe itself, and maybe that sounds weird to you, but the center, if you're a woman, you have a womb, of course, and here is where the child is born before it's born onto the earth, it's conceived. So here is, we could call a vortex, because life just springs forth. How does that happen? It's electricity. How does that, like the Big Bang, how does this occur? How does the creation of something occur? It's magic, it's divine, it's ecstatic. So you can relate this to the center of the universe, to the center of God, to the center of creation, and where the beginning of time and space and all comes together, that timeless void, that beautiful expanse, that right center, the spark of life in the heart of God, in the heart of Source. And I use the word Source and God because both have slightly different kind of perceptions, but they're both one and the same. But I like to include both because they have different things hanging on them, different understandings. They've been used by different groups of people, but I like to bring it all together and return us all into the heart of our mother and our father and our family, our heavenly entourage. So with this reality of consciousness here, I then like to just it's like a sudden, and now I reach for the stars. So I'm here, and because of this womb connection, and if you're a man, you can still connect in with that, because now what we're going to do is connect. Well, might I say that if you're a man, you still have a huge amount of feminine in you as well. So we can always connect to each of these energies that predominantly just male or female have. They don't. We share. So we now go zoop up the body. So we go right up your body and your mind and through the top of your head, which you could call the crown chakra, right up. And I engage now with the center of the universe. So you could call this the galactic sun, center of the universe. Hugely, I see this as well as the Father. So the stars, the heavens, for me represents the Father, because it is all of the provision, it is all of the creation, it is all of the places are put, stars are put into place, all of the universe works together. It's divinely timed. To me, that is the Father. And it might not be for some, but that's fine. And so this is how it works for me, is that I go up and I go into the heart of my Father. Okay? So it's like a divine channel, stream, tall pillar of light emanating down. And I receive this now down through my body and down like electricity and lightning down into my tummy. And this draws up the energy from the Mother, gentle energy of the Mother Earth, this raw power, both powerful, even if one is gentle, but powerfully uniting like an electric shock into my tummy. So it's boom, and here I see this fire yellow ball moving and fire like the sun, just like moving and roaring and present, this ever present, this empowerment. Now the tummy is about empowerment and confidence with who you are and your life goal and purpose. And with your own body, it's confidence of love, confidence. And this I need. So I receive. So I breathe in, and as I breathe out, I see this expanding. So we do this 3 times, or however many times you like, and we see this ball of light from God, the unity of all that is God, masculine and feminine. I breathe in, and it expands through me, and I breathe in. And now I choose to move. So now with my intention, as it's flooded and flowed this part of my body, with my intention, I move this ball of light up into my heart. So this is about love. So now it's intentionally moving up to my heart, and you see it move, and then you just flood, see this release, and you just, or whatever you want to do. I mean, don't just follow what I'm saying, please just do your own thing. It's not like a leading, you do this, it's really just helping you to do your thing. And what I see here is I see the green. So for me, the heart is green, and many would say that the heart chakra is green, and I see that flooding of green energy merging with empowerment and love, and it's now just flowing and allowing to settle. So here I see this anchoring in the heart. I see this heart space which is nourished, and I see it expanding throughout my body, around my body. I love my body. I love myself. God loves me. I am a divine child of love. And by the way, I didn't mention this, but it's really good to call in any guides, friends, shepherds of your faith in to guide and assist you. I have a great relationship with Jesus because my experience was a lot through Christianity, so I developed a strong connection, which is great. Also angels, perhaps Mary, other heavenly beings from the stars, from different realms of heavens, however it works for you. Those who you know bring comfort to you. It might just be you've never thought about it like that before, and that's fine. Then just ask if there is anything that you welcome it, anything of huge love and huge light and huge healing to bring to you. So extend this love across the whole room. We keep extending love until we come full circle to the whole of the planet in unity. And then we give that love as a gift back to God, back to Mother, back to Father. Thank you for this love, and we give it as a gift offering. We surrender to being the child, both the king and the queen and the child. as we sew ourselves back into that place of innocence, humility, timelessness. So the heart is a place of engaging this realm of timelessness. Real peace expanding throughout your body. Breathing in these codes of love and light from your heart throughout all of your DNA. As your heart pumps out through your blood. Connect in with your heart. And as I was in nature once, I asked God, why am I here in nature right now? As I stared at a river, and I heard it is to engage with being in that river, in the heart of God, to flow as one. Something really key as being in flow with the rhythm of life, being as one, and being as the tree, as the river, having no cares, nothing to do. And then you see that the divine crescendo occurring and rising in you as you work together as a chorus. So, because I want to start bringing this to a close at some point, so we're going to bring this up. So I focus now on the mind. So here is your third eye. Now if that makes you uncomfortable, then don't be uncomfortable, because the third eye is a beautiful place of intuition. But still, if it does, then try not to think of that and engage what works best for you. You can just think of the mind. I think when I just think of the mind, you miss something, because it's not just the logical workings of the mind, it's your divine intuition. Now, it works hand in hand with your heart. So when you have this connection, it might not be filled in with love, or you might have very random thoughts that don't function, or you might not really think at all. You might just be driven by your heart. So it's bringing them into union and filling in your forehead, your mind, your thoughts, your third eye, your intuition with divine light, divine love, in union with the heart and the heartbeat of heaven. So as I breathe in, I'm seeing this light, this energy, the glitter flowing up into my forehead and my mind. I breathe out, it flows back down. I breathe in, it's like a channel that goes down. So now we're imagining all of the love filling in all of your thoughts, your processes, your to-do lists, yes, even those. Every thought pattern you have, yielding that to your heart and saying that I bow to my heart and allow my heart to express true vitality through my thoughts today. Allow my heart to motivate me, the engines that I can express myself in union with my body, because the heart is connected to all. The mind is connected to all, but the heart feels the blood connection to all. Oh, so not abandoning, but yielding the mind, thanking and yielding. Understanding the heart through the mind. Just letting go of any thoughts you need to let go of, any negative thoughts. What are the positive thoughts you can speak over yourself now? I am at peace. I am in connection. I am loved. Now moving up to the crown chakra, which is the top of your head, which is about the connection that's going out of you and coming into you, as we did earlier. So it's about the connection to all that you are, to God. Basically, it's the connection to I am, who is God. And identity as a child of God and as a creator. So as equal standing. So as Jesus taught, he says that as we are his brothers and sisters, we do as he does. So we are as God and yet a child. So it's a paradox. So breathe in that divine destiny now. So we're going to basically breathe in this light and we're going to flood it in to meet our divine destiny. So, and now we're going to clear just anything. So we're going to bring in this flood. It's like a river and it flows up and it flows out like a fountain now. So now imagine this water rushing up. So any blocks to your identity as who you are, and with your identity as a divine child of God, as someone who creates life on this earth, who's here to bring mission, who's here to bring your gifts as offerings to heal and to do whatever it is that's on your heart. Anything that doesn't agree, it floods out. Floods out through this divine fountain. Floods out, and then we flood into your body, that identity. We ask God, all of your guides and healers to bring in this light to flow into your body now, and it meets the divine heart connection with heaven, and it floods out through your body like rain back into the earth. And we flood this into the earth, and we act as the connector now between the center of the universe, center of God, to the center of the earth, Mother, Heart, Gaia, Goddess. God, Goddess is one. Thankful to be one because we are. Experience this oneness as you travel into the timeless existence of wondrous escapades in the heart of God, in the heart of you, in the heart of Goddess, who is God and Goddess. Allow yourself to merge into your true potential, into the floating reality of love. So I'll bring this to a close now. I thank you for watching and spending time for yourself and with me. And I bless you as you bless yourself and as you bless me and others. And I thank you for your contribution and that we can do this together. I wish you a great day and that you can carry this forth in joy and love into all the places which need it the most, into your own life, into your own career, and your own expression, your own mission, and into the missions and the lives of others. Amen.